Oh my goodness. This lighting is terrible. I just wanted to see if I could do this on my laptop, but the camera is really bad. But anyway, I'll try to make it look as good as I can, I suppose. How do I... there. I feel like in the future I might actually just try my phone for it. But anyway, hello, I can see there are a couple of people there. Can you hear me is the main question, because I'm just filming with my computer setup. Sound is great, video is shite. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, video is not good. Yes, I think I will probably try my phone next time. But yes, for now, okay, that's great. You can definitely hear me. That's awesome. So we've got, yeah, video is like a PowerPoint presentation. Yes. Thank you, Steve Sane 800, for saying I look absolutely fabulous. I had quite a stressful day, so I just thought I might hop on and share what happened. So some of you might know that I am nannying, and I've been looking after a little girl sometimes. But I was looking after a girl that I've looked after a couple of times, but I took her to her friend's house and they were playing in a paddling pool, and I was watching them, and I didn't realize that there was a little broken toy in the pool, and she jumped out of the pool and said, I need a plaster or, a Band-Aid. And I said, oh, why? What happened? And then she started screaming and it wouldn't let me look, but I could see she had a little trail of blood behind her, and she'd actually cut open the bottom of her foot really badly. And so I went and said to the mum of her friend, can you help? Do you have any plasters and things? And then Alia started screaming, and yeah, so we decided to call her mum, and her mum came. But yeah, it was not good. I felt quite responsible, even though I didn't, it's not my fault that there was a broken toy there in the first place. But yeah, it was a little broken, like, plastic teacup. And when we found it and pulled it out, it was just sort of jagged around the edges. And I was like, oh no, they've been jumping into the pool. And I told them to watch out and not do that, because I thought they're going to break their foot or something, jumping into this little really shallow pool. No, turns out that wasn't the case. It was a different kind of injury. Thank you. Yes. Steve Sane 800 is saying it's definitely not my fault. I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess in the moment I just felt quite responsible, and yeah, the other mum that was nearby at the time sort of, I don't know, I felt like she was trying to put the blame on me a little bit. So yeah, but that's okay. It was just a stressful situation, and the girl didn't end up having to get stitches or anything, but there was a lot of blood. And so, yes. But yeah, so that was what happened. Hamdi Mad or Hamdi Mad asks, is it your first live ever? Technically yes, but also technically no. I did a live the other day for about 2 I did it. So this is my first live that I'm actually talking to you. But yeah, I'm saying an awful lot. I will try not to do that. I was going to say it again. So, oh, I said it. I'm going to try not to say it. I didn't really come on here with an idea of what to do. Honestly, I just wanted to log in and see if I could stream on my laptop. And then there were people here. So now I'm here chatting. But Deplensky says, my cousin broke the arches of his feet jumping into a pool as it was filling. Water looked deeper from the refraction, I guess. Yes, well, that's true. You've got to be so careful. It's incredibly difficult to tell how deep a pool or any body of water is. That's why they say, don't just jump into a river or a lake or anything before you know what's under there, because there could be logs or crocodiles. Well, maybe not in New Zealand, but somewhere, I'm sure. Yes. I think the next time I do a live, I might schedule it. There could be eels, yes. Pork leaker, there could be eels. That is a good point. And we don't want to see any slithery souls around while we're trying to swim. Yes, no. So for my next live stream, I think I will come up with some things to do, I suppose. Just random things, maybe some Q&As or even a live Q&A. I mean, feel free to drop some comments right now with some questions if you have them. Just a few things that might be fun or interesting to watch. Does New Zealand have leeches? I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. I'm in Australia, so the difference isn't so difficult. Well, that's good. That was another thing I was wondering about. Not sure. Yes, well, not in domestic swimming pools. No, I don't think there'll be any eels or logs in domestic swimming pools. But I was wondering about time differences and things, because a lot of you are from America. But I suppose you could watch it back at a later time, or just whatever suits. But I think with the nature of my channel anyway, I'm pretty sporadic with my posting. So I don't think I'm ever going to have a set schedule as such for when I would post or when I would live stream, but well, not at this stage anyway. But yes, I'll probably go through. I'll go through to 6 p.m. New Zealand time at the latest, which is, I'm not sure what time in anyone else's realm. But yeah, but in the future, I don't know, I might do an earlier one if I'm not nannying or not writing for the day or anything. I might just pop on and chat. Deplensky says it's 11:24 p.m. East Coast, US. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So that would be 11:24 on the 6th of January, I believe, because New Zealand tends to do things first, or mostly first. I don't even know how to say that. Is it tachometer? Wait. Tachometer? Flack? whatever that name is, said this time is perfect for me. It's a couple hours before bed. Well, that's great. So that's good that it's working out for some of you. Oh, yes, the 6th. Okay. Do you have any family or friends in Melbourne, Australia? My ex's brother. Good luck finding him. Anyway, I've only recently found your content, but I've enjoyed what I've seen. It's nice to see people be themselves. I agree. And I think that's why I post such honest content, and it's quite vulnerable sometimes to talk about these things, such as the mental health and dating video that I just uploaded. I feel like those things aren't talked about enough. And as I said in the video, there's such a stigma around mental health, and it puts a lot of people off even making friends, let alone finding people to date. So yeah, I just try to be myself and share things that are important to me without much filter. So yeah. What else do we have? Oh, a Talkometer. Okay. But like, is it with a different accent? So less Kiwi? Is it more like Tacometer? No, I don't know. Oh yeah, Tacometer. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm sure it sounds quite different in my accent. It is. Oh no. Okay. You said you're not going there. Right. Fine. Not going to Melbourne. Is it the gauge in a car or truck that tells you that? Means the gauge that measures RPM on a car. Well, I'm not a car expert, so you guys do what you do. You guys are funny. I'm probably the last person you can talk to about cars, but anyway. It's also quite cool seeing you guys interact as well, because I mean, I don't know if you've interacted in the comments, but it's quite interesting. New Zealand does things first. Lol. Yup. And California does things last. It isn't even 8:30 p.m. here, so it's perfect. But if you have Australian fans, this time may not work out. Yes, that's true. I believe certain areas of Australia are 2 hours behind. Then there's a 2.5. Then there's a 3. But I'm not sure how it fits in with daylight savings time. But oh, okay. Sorry, Steve, Sane 800. I think I was getting a little bit confused by what you were meaning. I'm reading all the comments and getting a bit jumbled, but right. You're in Melbourne. Great. Okay. Yes. So it's quite interesting that people are tuning in from different time zones, because normally when I post a video, I don't really see what times people are, watching it. And sometimes I'll go to bed and wake up in the morning and have lots of views and comments. And I always wonder where people are from, but it doesn't really, YouTube doesn't really specifically tell me what time zone. It will just say United States or England or Australia. So, Okay, I'll just call you Steve. Now that we're on first name basis. Yes, I live in Auckland, but I won't share any further info about location. But yes, I live in Auckland. I know that's not what you were asking, but I'm just saying for future reference, not specifically for you, Steve, but just that's all I share about location. 11:30 for you in Toronto. Cool. East Coast. So Dayton says I'm from East Coast, U 29. Ah, cool. So I guess, yeah, same time zone for Toronto and East Coast USA. Is that what it is? I feel like I need to pull up a map or something and have a wee look at the time zones, just for interest. Why not? 10:30 p.m. here, Diary of Delilah. Oh, yeah. 6:29 in Egypt. That's so cool. Wow. For someone that's hardly ventured out of New Zealand, it's very cool to have someone watching in Egypt, Toronto, USA, Melbourne. That's really cool. Wherever else. Time zone map. Same time zone for Toronto down to Florida. Oh, okay. That's quite a that's a big stretch of yes. Luckily, New Zealand is all in one time zone. We're small enough to just sort of fit in that gap. Wow. I just find it so interesting how they're all divided like that. Where am I? Oh, I'm in Canada. Oh, yes, I see. Right. That's quite a wide time zone compared to some of the others. It's really seems like it's taking over a lot of that area. Oh, okay. Do I have a question? People of the world, yes. I watched a video of you reading a chapter of one of your books on your other channel. Which authors do you read a lot and inspire you to write? That's a really fun question. I read a lot of New Zealand writers. I think there's a very unique flavour of fiction that's quite popular in New Zealand at the moment. It's quite quirky. There's a lot of sort of Māori culture woven into it, which is really cool. There's a New Zealand author that's really quite popular at the moment called Catherine Chidgey. She's written books such as X-Men's Carnival, The Book of Guilt, which I'm yet to read, but she has some really great ones, which I'm sure you can access online if you're not in New Zealand. Her writing's just really fun. The book that she wrote about, called X-Men's Carnival, was written from the perspective of a magpie called Tama. So it's really cool. And I'd imagine if you're reading it from somewhere that's not New Zealand, it's quite, it's quite a different sort of story. So other than her, just trying to think, I've got a few books around. I just read the first book in the Percy Jackson series. So that was cool. I really enjoyed that. It made me think about my chapter by chapter sort of storytelling, because each chapter was just so cool, and it was almost like it could have been its own little standalone novel, really. And yeah, that just made me think about how cool it is and how important it is to make every part of your story matter to the whole thing. It's just because I read that at such a sort of defining age. I wasn't reading a lot of books back then. I was about 15 or 16, and I sort of just stopped reading because it wasn't really cool. But those books were just so, oh wow, just mind-opening, I suppose. The writing was really good. I found a really interesting character. Yeah, and I think that sort of adult fiction, or at least sort of adult themes. I'm trying to think of other books that I've read, but they're all going out of my brain. It's like when someone asks, what's your favorite food? And you just forget everything you've ever eaten, ever. Or what's your favorite song? And you just forget every single song that you've ever heard. It's kind of like that. I'm just forgetting everything. What else did I read last year? Just lots of New Zealand books. I do enjoy Stephen King. I found Misery quite hard to read, though. I liked some of the sort of metaphors and things in that, but it really trudged along. But I did really enjoy Salem's Lot. It's a slog. It's a big book, but the character development was awesome. So I guess if you're into that sort of like creepy horror sort of stuff, that's a good place to start. Someone asked if I've read Lord of the Rings. I actually haven't, which is incredible because I'm from New Zealand. I suppose people think everyone from New Zealand is a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but which is not silly. Most people are. I have watched the movies, not for a long time, but I do enjoy the movies. I actually saw Elijah Wood at a recent Armageddon expo. He wasn't on the stage, he was just walking through the crowd. And I looked over and I was like, oh my God, it's him. And he was just with his kids. And people were running up to him trying to get photos. And then they ended up having to leave because I think they were just kind of a bit ambushed. And yeah, I know, shame on me. I should read it. I think it's on my very long to be read list, but yeah. I might have missed some comments. I'll just scroll back up a little bit. Do you have a pair of red band gumboots? I do not. I have a pair of gumboots with cherries on them. So they've got red, but they are not red band. I'm sure my cousin does though. She is way more outdoorsy than me and lives on a property with horses. If you like reading books, talk about it in videos. It has fans. Well, maybe I should do a few more. I'm aware that not everyone loves reading content, and there might be other channels that they'd go to for, or if they do like that, there'd be other channels they would go to perhaps for that. But maybe on my other channel, which is a bit more of my creative stuff, where I post my songs and chapters of my book and things. G Fresh asked if I read Holes. No, surprisingly not. Gosh, this is embarrassing. I loved the movie though. The thing is, I spent a lot of time when I was sort of younger and a teenager watching TV. And it's a real shame because I've spent most of my 20s catching up on books that I need to read. So I'll add that to the list as well as Lord of the Rings. Drakstar says, I appreciate some of your popular videos. Great introspection. Thanks for uploading and reflecting. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that people get some benefit from it. And even if it's just hearing an opinion that might be similar to theirs, or even if it's an opinion that's different from theirs, it's I'm glad that people are watching, and yeah, that's great. You should start an online book club. Well, I could. Unfortunately, I'm not a very fast reader, so I feel like most of you could probably outread me. But if you're happy to go at a very slow pace, we could certainly do that. Have you seen the Elijah Wood interview on YouTube? It's hilarious. Is that the Will You Wear Wigs one? Because I love that. I quoted that almost every day last year. When will you wear wigs? Were his kids hobbit size too? I mean, they were small. They were just children-sized, but I'm sure they're not going to be very tall humans. He certainly was very small. If he was standing beside me, I'd imagine he'd be like, yeah, just pat him on the head. He's a very small man, so. Elijah seems ethereal to me. I agree. He's got this presence about him. Actually, when he was in New Zealand for Armageddon, he stopped by Hobbiton because, of course, and there was a wedding going on, and he sort of snuck in, and then the bride and groom saw him, and he went up and said hi to them. So that was cool. There's probably videos of it online, which is awesome. Now, where did I get to? I once saw Danny DeVito in Philadelphia. They were filming for Always Sunny. Oh yeah, Do they actually film it in Philadelphia? I didn't realize that. Well, that's good. He's very tiny, isn't he? I wonder if he must be shorter than Elijah. Maybe. Daniel the Human says, I love channels like yours that are just real. It feels like OG YouTube is making a weird comeback due to the algorithm blowing up random rant videos. I love that. And I agree. Actually, I think there's a big movement away from these fake plastic influencers that are just selling you products, filling their home with junk, overconsumption. Oh, it's just exhausting. So if you're here for any of that, you won't get it. But yeah, I like this sort of content as well. And it's nice if you're just feeling a bit lonely to watch it. And I do that myself. That's the reason I watch a lot of YouTube in general. Even if it's not live, I just like to feel connected, even if it's to someone halfway across the world. So yeah, if I can be company for anyone, like YouTube is for me, then that's awesome. Someone says Gadoy? Gadoye? Are you trying to say g'day? Like, I don't know. You might have to explain that one, Mr. Soy. That might have been what you meant. The Hungry Caterpillar. I have read that one. I've read that one probably 1,000 times, and I read it to some of the kids that I nanny. So, okay. So you visited you visited Auckland area, found the ferry service to and from Auckland City to any direction. Yeah, well, it's great if you're heading over to Devonport. It's like a 5 or 10 minute ferry across there, so that's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm struggling to reply to all of your comments, Steve, but I am reading them. Have I visited Waiheke Island? I have actually, but I went on a stinking hot day, and I don't like the heat, so it wasn't ideal for walking around, but it's certainly beautiful. I'm not really a drinker, so I didn't go to any wineries, but I know that if you like a glass of something nice, it's also a very nice place to visit. The McDonald's menu, are you meaning have I read it? I have indeed. I actually went to McDonald's for the first time in probably more than 10 years the other day. And it was great. I went with my friends in Christchurch. It was lovely. He's even shorter to think. Some stuff filmed in Philly, some in LA. The Paddy's pub exterior is in LA. Oh, okay. Right. I guess that's quite common. They just sort of take a few shots where they can. Yeah, finally a book that I've read. Dayton says, it is refreshing. I am going through a lot of my stuff, selling it on eBay. If I do not use or need it, I can sell it and get money for it. Well, that's an awesome thing to do. And yeah, I wish more people were like you, putting just so much waste in this world. It's great that you're realizing what you don't need and, selling it on. That gives you some money and also gives it to someone else that can actually, benefit from it. So yeah, that's really cool. My good friend lived in Wellington, passed away a while back though, sadly. That's really sad. That's horrible to hear. Sorry to hear that. Yes, more than 10 years since I went to McDonald's. Well, I think so. I was completely vegetarian for nearly 10 years. I do eat a little bit of chicken and fish now. Don't tell the vegetarian community. But now that I've started running and things, I actually just thought I really needed to up my protein because I'm working out a lot. And but anyway, yes. So I did get a wee chicken wrap when I went to McDonald's this time and some chips. But I used to always get a cheeseburger Always a hash brown if they're around. What else? Oh, one of the sundaes with the caramel sauce on the top. I wonder if New Zealand menu is a bit different from other places like the US. Our burgers are tiny. They're like little baby burgers, but they're so yummy. Yes, Devonport's beautiful. Haven't been to McDonald's in years. I liked the McDoubles with extra pickles. Extra pickles! Oh, quite good. I used to pick out my pickles when I was a kid, and now I'm like, that's the best bit. It's like so vinegary and delicious, but yeah. Got to put fries on the burger too. That's a good point. And a banana. Just had to say it. Well, I was sure someone was going to say it at some point. I have also found buying nicer brands of some shirts and sweaters off eBay save money and waste as well. Yeah. Well, that's right. You can get some fantastic things that are secondhand and basically near new. So, yeah, why not? Stay away from the malls. I do love how Kiwis say fish. Well, people say it sounds like fush, but to me it just sounds like fish. Yeah, I think I find the difference between Australian and Kiwi accents quite interesting because to a lot of other people, they don't sound that different. But if you're actually from New Zealand or Australia, they're quite different. For example, we say fish. A lot of Australians say fish. So once you start picking up on those differences, it's quite obvious the difference between a Kiwi and Aussie accent. But yeah. Why is your accent similar to an England accent? Well, actually, a lot of people think that I am from England, which is so funny. I've never even been to England. However, I think the thing is that when I was doing my performing arts degree, I did speech and sort of vocal classes. So we learned how to pronunciate our words properly. So it's not like I'm purposefully trying to do it, but I think it was because it was driven into me so hard that I just do it now automatically. But then my natural speech pattern, I don't know whether it's just because I'm a Kiwi or what, but it is quite clipped and maybe a bit lazy. So I think the combination of me over-pronouncing certain syllables or ends of words and then dropping some makes it sound like I have a bit of an English or British-ish accent. It's quite funny. When I went to Adelaide in Australia a few years ago, our taxi driver said that he'd lived in Adelaide his whole life, had never really been out of Adelaide. But to me, he sounded like he almost had a Cockney accent. And yeah, that was quite interesting. And it was the same thing. It was just how his speech pattern was and how he dropped certain syllables. It made him sound very English. So I guess that's the same sort of vibe. I'm just going to scroll up. It's hard to get good protein from just plants, even tofu. That gets tiring. Well, I agree. I love tofu, and I was very happy being vegetarian for a long time. But yeah, once I started upping my exercise quite a lot, I just wanted to ensure that I wasn't going to mess myself around too much because I do get quite lightheaded quite easily. My blood pressure's a bit weird. So I just wanted to take out any possible things that could upset me while I was exercising. You adore the accent. Well, thank you. I don't have an accent. You have an accent. Make sure you take multivitamins if you eat mostly a vegetarian diet. Yes, I think I need to get back into that. definitely. And I definitely need to take some vitamin D because I don't go in the sun. I'm a little bit of a vampire. Bro, I'm from Wellington, by the way, lol. Oh, no way. Kia ora. I like how Kiwis say important. Did I say it the way you like? Important? Or important? It depends if you're dropping the T sort of syllable. Important. The way you said fish in the Australian accent reminded me of Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, he has a very strong accent. Fish. They say fish. We say fish and chips, and they say fish and chips. Yeah. Anyway. Did you have to walk around with a book on your head as well? Surprisingly, no. No, I think that was the one torture that they forgot to pleasure us with. We used to have to walk around the room a lot, though, filling the space. If anyone else has done performing arts, oh, you know what that's like. Enunciate. That was the word I was looking for, I believe. Thank you. Any tips from the vocal classes, like in terms of how you enunciate or anything else that you think is useful? I want to improve my speaking voice. So something that's quite common with a lot of accents, not just the New Zealand accent, is dropping sort of your LE at the end of your words. So instead of saying incredible, well, don't say it that sort of pronounced, but instead of saying incredible, you'd say incredible. So a lot of people say, you know, trouble. Oh, I just said it the right way. Hold on. Hold on. Trouble, incredible, which is not very nice to listen to over a long period of time. I'm sure I've said it that way during this, but so if you try to turn it more into a bill sound, so trouble, yeah, that can help. Another thing is, especially if you're reading something or that sort of thing, everyone does this thing where they fall off the end of their sentence and they fall off the end of the sentence and it disappears and it falls really flat. So when we were learning for, you know, performing on the stage, they said, if you're not mic'd, you need to be able to project your voice to the back of a room. And so if the audience only hears 50% of your sentence, they're not going to know what the heck is going on. So you need to make sure that your whole sentence is strong, not like boring and the same the whole way through. You can still have fluctuation within your voice. But if you're dropping off, you know, it's going to make you sound quite unsure of what you're saying and also unclear. It's quite funny because when I was working in retail, I'd have to get people's numbers to put them into the computer system. And people would say like 027 595. And I thought, that's a pure example. If you just say your whole sentence, you want your whole sentence to be heard. You want what you're saying to be important. So, you know, if you're only saying the first half of your number and then falling off, it makes it hard for me. It makes it, you know, you seem like you're sort of a bit uncertain of what you're saying. So that would be my biggest tip. If you have something to say it clearly and with purpose. And even if you know, you can still have your own voice and there are always going to be unique things about your voice. But yeah. Another thing is the vocal fry. So think of the Kardashians. They sit quite far back on their vocal folds. I'm exaggerating it, but you know what I mean. So when they're talking, they sort of do this like thing like this. That's really bad for your voice long term. So it's hard to explain without explaining the whole mechanics of the mouth and sort of vocal area. But just make sure you're speaking more, I can't explain it, but just more clearly. The whole thing is you don't want to fall back and sit on the back of your folds, because then it starts to hurt your voice and it just makes you probably quite hard to listen to. So it's very common with a lot of like teenage girls, or probably even girls my age. We just grew up doing it, I suppose. But yeah. Let's see. So that's my tips. I hope that was helpful. Did you ever see Flight of the Conchords episode where they're talking about the difference in their accents? I think I did. It's been a very long time since I've seen it though, so I can't remember. But how iconic is Flight of the Conchords? Your accent may also have a lot to do with the people and friends you spend time with. I live in an area of the USA that has a typical Southern accent, but many of the friends I have are from North US. Yes, well, I think you do sort of pick up your friends' speech habits and things in terms of like the phrasing of their sentences, or just, yeah, how they speak. I know that I've picked up things from people that I've spent a lot of time with, like my ex used to kind of like, it's hard to explain unless I do it, and I can't do it. Like kind of slow down a bit if they were like explaining something, kind of like that. And so now I find myself doing it a little bit. That's very over exaggerated, but yeah. So I guess I can relate to what you're saying. I'm not vegetarian, but I make a lot of meat-free dishes. Well, that's awesome. And I think meat-free dishes are fantastic. However, I'm very sensitive to lentils and chickpeas and all sorts of legumes. So there's not much else that I can have except for tofu. So unfortunately, I will be wrapping up this live stream in maybe 5 minutes. So just letting you know that I might not be able to get to all the comments. But yeah, by pronouncing properly, do you mean RP? Oh, RP, that's, yeah, I guess it is sort of RP. We did learn a little bit about it. So for those who don't know, RP is kind of like it's a neutral, let me know if I'm explaining this properly, but from what I can remember, it's sort of a neutral accent that was used a lot in broadcasting. Quite old-fashioned, I suppose, now. But yeah, it was an accent that was used for more international broadcasts and things, I believe. But not specifically RP. That wasn't really what we were doing all the time, but we did learn about it. It was more just learning how to neutralize our own voices so they didn't sound so uniquely us in order to be able to put on a character. So yeah. Someone said, how did I get here? I don't know. And I don't know how I got here. So yeah, I was literally just coming on for, I used literally wrong. I'll put my hand up to that one, sorry. I was just coming on to see if I could live stream, and then people started watching. So here I am 45 minutes later. Can you attempt an American accent? I can. Don't want to offend anyone. Give me something to say. Let me read this little list of instructions from the mum of the girl I was nannying today in an American accent. This is going to be so embarrassing. Okay. Walk down the road for a play date. 10:30 or 11 a.m. back home for lunch. Sandwich, usually butter or jam. Can have... No, I'm stopping. How embarrassing. What is your goal for your YouTube channel? Well, I plan to keep making videos. It always started off as just a diary. I like to just talk about things that are happening in real time and have them there for if I ever want to look back. My goal, though, just to be an honest voice on the internet, but not, I'm not trying too hard to be anyone other than myself. So that's the main goal. Make people feel less alone. Also feel more connected to other people myself. That's all really. I don't have a goal to hit a certain amount of subscribers or, that sort of thing. But if I did end up getting a lot of subscribers, that would be really cool, because then it would mean that I could dedicate more time to my creative endeavors, which is my huge passion. And then I guess also with my other channel, my creative channel, Anna Marie Creatives, the goal for that channel is just to share my things that I make. So, yeah. These comments are so funny. Mansplaining. Sorry if I'm mansplaining. I don't know. Right. Well, I think I will probably wrap it up now. We're nearly at 50 minutes. But what's my goal for this year? To prioritize my mental health and my needs, because I spent too long last year prioritizing the needs of others and thinking that was love. So this year, I'm looking after myself. And yeah, 1 million subs. Yeah, I want to get 1 million subs, so like and subscribe. I have a regional mid-Atlantic coastal accent. Wow, I don't know what that is, but I will look it up. That sounds great. That was a good accent, neutral mid-Atlantic. Okay. I'm a superstar. Thank you. Marmite or Vegemite? Peanut butter. If I had to choose, though, I'd probably say Vegemite. I think it's a bit sweeter. Marmite tastes like tar. I guess that's controversial because Marmite is New Zealand, but thanks so much, Anne-Marie. It's so interesting that you call me Anne, but thank you. Feel free to call me Anna. Forget about growing on YouTube. Yeah, doesn't worry me. I mean, it's just awesome that people are watching. Someone sent, are those pink poo emojis or is that ice cream? Yes, I have caught up. I'm back. Where's Anna Marie? You mean like my location? Oh, why are you saying sorry? Oh, it's okay. No, that's fine. It's okay if you want to call me Anne, but my name is Anna, so. Okay. I was just saying pink poo because someone put pink poo emojis. That was all. If you get 1 million subs, you can do this as a full-time job. Gosh, does it take 1 million subs to have it as a full-time job? Well, there is another creator I know in Auckland who has, I think, 90,000 subs, and it's her full-time job. So, I mean, but also I think she posts a lot of content. So, yeah. Great stream. Have a great New Year. You should do more of these. Well, thank you. I hope you have a great New Year's too. And I think I will do more. This has been really fun. I hope it's been fun for you guys as well, because, I mean, yeah. And Anna Banana. Yes. I mean, you can call me whatever you want, I suppose. But my name is Anna. I took everything off YouTube. I got hacked through Discord. Someone was trying to steal my source code and they came from YouTube. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. I don't understand any of those words, but that sounds awful. What's a source code? Is that like where you emit your content from? I don't know. Oh no. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said call me anything. Oh no. You're right. I take it back. Please don't call me anything. You can call me Anna. You can call me Anna Banana. You can call me Anna Marie. Maybe that's it. All right. Well, we're over 50 minutes now. Yeah. See, I'm new to this. I'm not used to going live. Normally, if I say something stupid, I can edit it out. Well, call me superstar. Oh, okay. If that's what you want to call me. I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you. Ms. Anything. Oops, sorry, you said not to call you anything. My bad. Okay, that's all right. I don't really know what's happening. I'm quite hungry, so I think I need to go and have some food. Source code is the software text a program is written in. Okay. You're doing well. Oh, thank you. I'll call you Sweet As. Sweet As. This is good practice. It certainly is. I think next time I'll be a bit more prepared or not. I don't know. I could even do another stream later. No, I don't know. Probably most of you will be in bed anyway. 4 out of 10. I agree. Yeah, this definitely was a 4 out of 10 stream. Maybe next time I'll try on my phone. Yes, because I think the quality will be a bit better. But anyway, it's been really fun chatting with you all. Steve, G Fresh, Drakstar, Porklika, Dayton, Dika, Taco Meter, Matt, Duplinsky, Joseph, Lily, Francis. I think that's everyone. Tar Baby, Jackson, Hamdi Mad. I don't think he was here for long. Rest in peace. But to the people that have been here for pretty much the whole time, that is really cool. Really appreciate it. Set up super chats. Yes. Well, I really would like to. I think, unfortunately, I have to have a certain amount of watch hours on my channel. So I think I have to hit 3,000 watch hours before I can actually do the super chats, unfortunately. So, well, actually, if I had to have a goal, it would be to get those hours so that I can unlock the super chats and things. But yeah. People who smile all the time, do they really don't care anymore? Oh, because of my video. Yeah, well, I think if I cared a lot more these days, I probably wouldn't have even had the courage to upload this live or, you know. Oh, Hamdi. Okay. Hamdi Mad. It's an Arabic name. Okay, cool. I will try and pronounce it properly for next time. Adios. Yeah. All right. I feel like I'm not going to leave because it's fun talking to you all, but I am going to leave. Yeah. This is chicken. Don't ask why it's called chicken. No, I'm going. I'm sorry. But it's been really fun. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Bye. I'm just trying to read all the comments. I think I can still read them all after the stream has ended, but I'm just making sure not to miss anything. Oh, thank you, Steve. He said I have a fabulous, lively energy. Okay. No, you hang up. All right. Bye. I'm clicking. Bye. Oh, end. Okay, bye.